Yo, 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 salute, salute, salute. Welcome to Simple Shit TV. I'm your host, Alvin Holden, also known as Project 8020. We are just getting started. I'm going to try to keep it nice and quick for you guys today. Let's just make sure my audio is popping. All right. So, welcome everybody. What's up? Welcome to the broadcast. We're going to have some fun in here today. So before we get hardcore, what's up with all of my settings, man? This is crazy. What's up, Dre? How are you doing? Broken Blade, salute, sir. What is going on here? For whatever reason, all my shit is... I forgot about some of my thumbnails. It's funny. Oh, good times. Anyway, where are we going to start? Okay. We're going to start, before we get into the serious stuff, the UN stuff. Before we get into that stuff. Outside the UN, there was some protesting being done. Now, for those that do not know, you know what? Here's the thing about this, Dre. I don't think anyone at the UN has any pull. So I don't even think it's a thing. I don't think anyone at the UN has any pull. So I really don't believe we have anything to worry about. To be honest, that's kind of why I looked at it as the UN is like low hanging fruit. Like we can say whatever the hell we want to because they're not they're not relevant. But real quick, welcome to the broadcast, my brother from another mother, Broken Blade. What's up, sir? How are you doing?
What's up, man? I'm good.
Good. So Broken Blade. Okay. My UN, the whole situation as far as the UN is concerned, I believe that the UN is worthless. Okay. That's my opinion. Surrounding that is a lack of seriousness from everyone. I see this clip online today, and I didn't really know what to think of it. Okay. And so what I'm going to do is we're going to look at this clip together. And I'd like to get your honest opinion about what is going on here. Now, like I said, I haven't seen this full clip myself. I've just seen bits and pieces, and I just thought that it would be a great piece of content for us to view. All right. Now, let's just let it rock. And then we'll see how we feel about this on the end. This is a real, true reaction. Broken Blade hasn't seen this. I haven't seen this. Let's go.
Hello. He's a racist piece of shit. He's a
family friendly.
dirty white piece of shit.
Family friendly. That's racist, lady. Stop it.
I am? Yeah, let me show my tail. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Charlie Kirk. Save free Palestine. Save free Palestine. Save free Palestine. Save free Palestine. Okay, titties. Whoa. Titties.
First of all,
you just muted yourself. You just muted
first
yourself.
of all, like we coming in swinging up, just straight to titties.
I'm proving a point. I'm proving a point.
Yeah.
I'm proving a point. When it's us acting like a bunch of savages, it's okay.
Yeah. And secondly, the fuck is her dad?
Broken blade. Blonde wig. You know what I'm saying? But we're only 27 seconds in.
Say free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Say Black Lives Matter.
Say Black Lives Matter. My life matters too.
No, it doesn't.
See, this is where I struggle with this. Because this is where we lose.
Fucking means.
This is where we lose every time. This is where we
She
lose.
has a good agent.
Yeah. This is where we lose every time. This is where we lose. Because anybody watching this is going to form a particular opinion. You know? We don't have to, and the crazy part is, Broken Blade, this is the part that I think we don't have to sit here and degrade this woman. She's doing it herself.
Yeah.
Right. We don't even have to talk shit. I was gonna talk shit. I had a whole long list of things we could call her and games that we could play and all. And last kind of second, I just decided, you know what? You know, sometimes we don't get a fair shot. It's because of stuff like this. And I don't exactly know how to address it for real. I really don't. Like, I don't exactly know how to address it. Let's continue.
I feel like Charlie said. Say fuck Charlie said. Say fuck Charlie.
Oh, never. Never.
Has to be an agent.
How much you think she's getting paid?
Probably like $50.
Dang. You think 50? I was thinking like 15, but you know. I mean, they show more for less on OnlyFans. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Fuck Charlie Kirk. Say fuck Charlie Kirk.
Why would I say that?
Say fuck him.
Why would I say that?
He's
She's got a t-shirt that says Mexican on it. I didn't notice that at first.
She looked like a tether too.
Yeah.
racist.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
He said if my pilot was black, I would question their production. And he said black women got brain processing.
Hold on.
He said if my pilot was black, I would question their production. And he said black women got brain processing power.
Well, look at you. Look at you. Look at you.
Yeah.
Black lives matter, white lives matter, all lives matter. We see him.
No, you want to see him?
We see him.
Put him in your mouth.
Nope. I would
Put him in your mouth.
get that out of here. Nope.
He said, get that out of here. She's trying to put her boobs in his mouth. If all them people were around, I bet you he'd take a shot. He's like, you got that blonde wig that I like too. He was probably jerking it to somebody that looked just like her just last evening. He's just mad that all these people are around. We got to see it.
Stop! I don't want to see your titties. What? Wait.
Yo, she got bumped by this little Asian lady. Is that a little Mexican lady?
Wait. Hey. Stop! I don't want to see your titties. What?
On. What the fuck is this? Oh. What was the point of this protest initially?
It's they're protesting the UN. I don't know. Maybe they're pro. I see some pro-Palestinian stuff going on.
Wait, hey. Wait, why? I came here to talk to you guys. Ma'am, no one wants to see your titties. They're gross.
Shut the left one. Titties.
There's a whole lot of gross about her tits, that's for sure.
I mean, the way he said it sounded racist, but I didn't disagree. I'm not disagreeing with him either. See, there's a rock in a hard place. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, he absolutely said some racist shit, but he's 100% correct. I probably wouldn't want to touch those titties either. Sorry, Mom. I'm just saying.
Go that way. Go that way. Go that way. You go that way. You can't have it both ways. That way. We're animals. Right. I'm an animal,
You're
bitch.
acting like one.
I'm an animal, bitch.
You're acting like one.
Tell that to the right. Tell Charlie Kirk he's in my pussy. And Charlie Kirk died of a fentanyl overdose. Charlie Kirk died of a fentanyl overdose. That's what he died of.
That's what they said. These people are sick. It's disgusting.
I mean, that is the one.
It's the most kosher one, she said.
Yeah, I'm like, that is.
That one.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm 100% with you on that. I am absolute with you on that. Yeah.
This is disgusting. Wow. You hope.
Oh shit. Broken Blade, what do you? Are these people that are wishing a bullet on this man? Is that out of line? At least on this guy. Like, do you hear that last little part?
This is disgusting. Wow. You hope I get assassinated? Oh, then get out of our country. I didn't do anything. He just said F our country. He said F our country. I would never touch you. I would never touch you. If you guys.
Why are you here? On the same, like, what the fuck? Like,
I mean, I'm seeing. I mean, since we're looking at both, maybe it's because we're both looking at opposite ends of the spectrum. Like, I think that people understand that the kind of like, you know, white guy on the street strategy is kind of being done in bad faith, right? So the fact that everyone in the crowd understands that he's there in bad faith is why they're not being cordial. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that if he was really cordial and he was really trying to have legitimate conversation, maybe.
Which leads me to a bigger point of seeing, like, just recent news. Again, like, that hidden hand seems desperate to try to light this powder keg.
Yeah, big time.
CK wannabes going to an HBCU without going through like proper channels to even be there.
Mm-hmm. Just popping up.
So like, what was the plan? Like literally, like hoping like you would get murked by a black hand. The kid
No,
starts off like how psychotic do you
bro,
have to be to try to really try to legit find a way to drag us into this bullshit?
we're easy targets. Easy targets, right? Like people assume we're guilty. You know, you can get a
Really,
whole
that's
bunch of
an
stuff
easy target.
off. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, something wild happens, it's gonna go viral.
That's like Uncle D said, like litigious bullies.
Yeah,
They're seeking the victim, they're not seeking a fight.
yeah, of course. Of course, because the fight would be too much. It would take too much energy. There's a chance you might get hurt. There's a chance you might go to jail because you're the one at fault. No, they go picking on people that are compromised in some way, shape, or form, right? Like, you know, or they're gonna coax someone into this is basically walking down the street calling everybody the N-word, waiting for one black dude that's having a bad day that's like, you know what, I'm not gonna listen to your shit today. That's it. And then, you know, they might get hit or roughed up, and then they call the cops, and then the cops respond, you know, overreact, excuse me. And then you've got your viral content. I just hope we don't fall for it, you know? And see, this is the crazy part too. Like, see, that black woman was acting like an idiot. She had her face all in the camera. But these dudes that have just walked up on homeboy just now, they got masks on and they've got bags and tools and all sorts of stuff. Your situation has drastically changed, sir. You're in a completely different situation now, whether you know it or not. You are in danger. You know that shit was funny at first, but now not so much.
You don't like America? Leave.
The white people are illegal.
I am not illegal. I am not illegal.
Yes, you are.
I am not
The
illegal.
white just don't want anything happening.
What? You're the one who was saying death to Charlie Kirk. Look at you. This is the second time NYPD has had to pull me out because of how hostile these people get. I can't even believe this stuff.
What do you think, Brooklyn? I mean, like, if somebody's kind of coming into your, I mean, it is a public space, but like, you got to be able to hold your own nuts, right? Right? I mean,
now just looking at the end of this,
huh?
Black Bard, the Tether was a straight actor. He paid for, no doubt. Just like see how they are.
See how they are. Mm-hmm. Look, Shaniqua, just make sure that you get both tits out. Okay. Last time you only had one tit out and it wasn't that good for camera. Make sure you look really crazy. You need both tits out. Okay. Yeah. Cool. All right, Shaniqua, we're going to go around the corner. You come up behind us. Yeah.
By the way, another ghetto reactor shoot in 2 weeks. Don't forget.
Don't forget. Yeah. My homeboys are coming from Nantucket. Anyway. Yeah. Well, I guess we can get into it.
No credit.
Here is our fearless leader. God damn it. Oh, Jesus Christ. Let's go. Come on, let's go.
Wars is action. Now, after ending all of these wars and also earlier negotiating the Abraham Accords, which is a very big thing for which our country received no credit, never receives credit. Everyone says that I should get the Nobel Peace Prize for each one of these achievements. But for me, the real prize will be the sons and daughters who live to grow up with their mothers and fathers, because millions of people are no longer being killed in endless and unglorious wars. Wars is
Broken Blade. Um, as somebody that watches speeches from the UN regularly,
Yeah.
um, I think I can at least speak to how ignorant he sounds. The prime minister of Indonesia, Angola, Russia, Germany, France, like all these other countries, they speak about what's happening over in the Middle East. And it seems that it's the people from the United States, the people from the country not to be spoken of, and our allies are the only ones that are speaking a particular way. Everyone else has a slightly different opinion.
Didn't many of our allies also kind of change their tune?
Yeah, they did and they didn't. Broken Blade. They just declared Palestine a state, but what they did not do is stop selling arms. So sure, yeah, you can call them what you want, but if you're still selling arms, then well, it's probably it doesn't mean that much.
Yeah.
Look, let's just do a little bit of background. Sorry. We're going to do a little bit of background. The UN, what does it say? A global intragovernmental organization established by the signing of the UN Charter on the 26th of June, 1945, with the articulated mission of maintaining international peace and security, to develop friendly relations among states, to promote international cooperation, and to serve as a center for harmonizing the actions of states in achieving those goals. Broken Blade, based on that description, is the UN doing what it's supposed to do?
Oh, no. Absolutely not.
So then what do we have it for? Outside of us, bullying smaller countries.
Theater.
To
appear like they care.
I think you might be onto something, Broken Blade. The United Nations headquarters is located in New York City, with several other offices located in Geneva, Nairobi, Vienna, and The Hague. The UN comprises 6 principal organizations: the General Assembly, the Security Council, the Economic and Social Council, the International Court of Justice, that's the ICJ, the Secretariat, and the Trusteeship Council, which together will, with several specialized agencies and related agencies, make up the United Nations system. There are in total 193 member states and 2 observer states. The UN has primarily focused on the economic and social development particularly during the wave of decolonization in the mid 20th century. And the UN has been recognized as a leader of peace in human development, with many officers and agencies having been awarded the Nobel Peace Prize, but also been criticized for perceived ineffectiveness, bias, and corruption. I look at it like this, man. If you don't have the ability to punish someone, then your organization is speckless, in my opinion.
Agreed.
So, the UN, outside of a a military, which is a hodgepodge of European countries with American money and American weapons, whom at this point has done nothing but maybe go into Africa and bully African countries, harass Russia. They haven't stopped any, like really stopped any conflict, from what I can tell. They haven't been able to stop this thing in Israel. It's been happening for over 2 years now. So yeah, I mean, I feel you, Dre, but here's the thing, man. I got to be real. There's 193 countries, 193 countries in the UN, and no one speaks out against what's happening, or everyone speaks out, but nobody does anything. Because there's lots of speeches. There's speeches all over the place right now from people in the UN talking about what the country not to be named has been doing over in the Middle East over there. But nobody's actually doing anything except for Yemen. The poorest country in the Middle East, by the way. Like the poorest. So
that almost leads to like some spiritual stuff. It's like, does wealth take away one's courage? The
yes,
sense of balls?
Kinda. Seems like it. It kind of seems like it. It seems like these people are way more afraid of what potentially could happen to them than they are of actually doing something.
Patrice O'Neal had a term for this: golden handcuffs.
Golden handcuffs. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. This is Iran's President Pavishkin, I think is how you say his name. Let's hear what he has to say, because these are the speeches that are typically given at the UN. I just wanted to be able to compare the two. Is all. Let's go.
Who is the disturber of the stability of the region and the world?
Damn it.
Who is the actual threat against international peace and security? Who is the violator of the golden moral maxim of mankind? Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, you all bore witness that this past June, my country was subjected to a savage aggression in flagrant contravention of the most elementary principles of international law. The aerial assaults of the Zionist regime and the United States of America against Iran's cities, homes, and infrastructures, precisely at a time when we were treading the path of diplomatic negotiations, constituted a grave betrayal of diplomacy and a subversion of efforts towards the establishment of stability and peace. This brazen act of aggression, in addition to martyring a number of commanders, citizens, children, women, scientists, and intellectual elites of my country, inflicted a grievous blow upon international trust and the very prospect of peace in the region. Should we fail to confront such perilous breaches of international norms,
I'm assuming those were victims in an attack performed by Voldemort.
Yep. Yep.
aberrations shall spread to engulf the world. The assault upon nuclear facilities under safeguards and international supervision. The open attempt to assassinate leaders and duly constituted officials of UN member states, the systematic targeting of journalists and members of the press, and the killing of human beings who solely by the reason of their knowledge and expertise are converted into military targets. Again, would you countenance such acts for yourselves? With this behavior, they have killed at the very least over 35,000 innocent civilians in Gaza. They have deprived them of food, drinking water, medication, and
اگر
proper
در
health
برابر
care.
این هنجار شکنی های خطرناک
Those
نایستیم
who have
این
perpetrated
بدعت
such
ها
crimes
دامن جهان را خواهد گرفت. حمله به تأسیسات هستی تحت پادمان و نظارت بین المللی، تلاش علنی
this
برای
nation
کشتن
with a
رهبران
magnanimous
و
spirit
مقامات
and an
رسمی دولت‌های عضو سازمان ملل، هدف
the
گرفتن
systematic
سیستماتیک
targeting of
خبرنگاران
journalists and
و
members of
اهالی
the press
رسانه،
and the killing of
کشتن
human beings who
انسان‌هایی که
solely
صرفاً
by the
به علت
reason
داشتن
of their
دانش
knowledge and
و
expertise are
تخصصشان به
converted
اهداف
into
نظامی
military
تبدیل می‌شوند.
targets. Would you countenance such acts for
کسانی که
yourselves?
مرتکب این
Those
جنایات
who have
شده‌اند
perpetrated such
باید
crimes must
بدانند
know
که
that
ایران
Iran,
این
the most
کهن‌ترین
ancient
تمدن
continuous
پیوسته
civilization
جهان،
upon the face
همواره
of
در
the earth,
برابر
has ever
توطئه‌های
stood
تاریخ
steadfast against
استواری.
the
Never heard him say that before, but that's interesting. Persians. Oops. Damn it. Of course, ads. Of course. How can I skip this bullshit? Dog, Amazon. Yo, they about to put a robot in there to do your job. You about to be done for. Done for. Damn it.
converted
اهداف
into
نظامی
military
تبدیل می‌شوند.
targets. Would you countenance such acts for
کسانی که
yourselves?
مرتکب این
Those
جنایات
who have
شده‌اند
perpetrated such
باید
crimes must
بدانند
know
که
that
ایران
Iran,
این
the most
کهن‌ترین
ancient
تمدن
continuous
پیوسته
civilization
جهان،
upon the face
همواره
of
در
the
برابر
earth, has
توطئه‌های
ever stood
تاریخ
steadfast against
استوار
the
ایستاده است.
tempests of
این
history.
ملت با روحی
This nation
سترگ و
with a
اراده‌ای
magnanimous spirit
جاودان
and an eternal
بارها
will
ثابت
has
کرده
time and
است
again
که در
demonstrated
برابر
that it shall
مهاجمان
never
سر
bow
فرود
before aggressors.
نمی آورد و امروز نیز
And
در
today as
برابر
well, in the face
متجاوزان
of the
با
transgressors, it
اتکا به
stands
قدرت
upright
ایمان و
with
انسجام ملی
reliance upon the power of
سربلند
faith
ایستاده ایم.
and its
در
national
دفاع
cohesion.
12 روزه
In this
مردم
12-day defense, the
مردم
patriotic and
میهن
valiant
روز
people of
دلاور
Iran
ایران
laid bare before the
محاسبه
aggressors
وهم‌آلود
the
خودستایان
fallacy
متجاوز
and
را به رخ
self-delusion of
آهن
their
کشیدند.
arrogant calculations.
دشمنان
The
ایران
enemies of Iran
ناخواسته
unwittingly
اتحاد مقدس
fortified the
ملی را
sacred
دوام
national
بخشید.
unity.
That's what presidents typically sound like. That's what world leaders typically sound like when they're at the UN. Unfortunately, that's not how we get down. So okay. So we've got an organization that we kind of started in order for us to be able to have our fingers into Europe's stuff and to basically control Europe's military, right? Like it's our ability to kind of control what they buy and how to train them and so on and so forth. You know, they stand for us, we stand for them. If somebody attacks one of them, then, you know, Article 5, then we, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Did you know UN Article 5, UN Article 5. Let's see if I can find this or not. Article UN Charter. I think we may have been the only people that actually called up everybody else to fight. And I think that was for Iraq. I have post 9/11. So someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that after all of that and needing people to like come to our rescue and getting an okay to do X, Y, or Z, the only people that were attacked that actually like we like called in the favor from everybody else or at least used it to justify what we were doing. It's just us. It's just us. So I don't know, man. I wish I'm not I really wish that we were in a better stead. Like we are not on the right side of history on this one. Like we're really not. White House, real disgrace took place at, man, look what this dude wrote, bro. Let's see if we can make this bigger for you guys. Not really. A real disgrace took place at the United Nations yesterday. Not one, not two, but three very sinister events. First, the escalator going up to the main speaking floor came to a screeching halt. It stopped on a dime. It's amazing that Melania and I didn't fall forward into the sharp edges of these steps face first. It was only that we were just holding each other in the handrail tightly, or it would have been a disaster. This was absolutely sabotage, as noted by the day's earlier post in the London Times. It said the UN workers joked about turning off the escalator. The people that did it should be arrested. Then, as I stood before the television crowd of millions of people all over the world and important leaders in the hall, my teleprompter didn't work. It was stone cold dark. I immediately thought to myself, wow, first the escalator event, now the bad teleprompter. What kind of place is this? Then I proceeded to make a speech without the teleprompter. That kind of makes some sense, which kicked in about 15 minutes later. The good news is the speech has gotten fantastic reviews. Maybe they appreciated the fact that very few people could have done what I did. And third, after making the speech, I was told that the sound was completely off in the auditorium where the speech was made, that the world leaders, unless they used the interpreter's earpieces, couldn't hear a thing. The first person I saw at the conclusion of the speech was Melania, who was sitting right up front. I said, "How did I do?" She says, "I couldn't hear a word you said." This wasn't a coincidence. This was triple sabotage at the UN. They ought to be ashamed of themselves. I'm sending a copy of this letter to the Secretary General, and I demand an immediate investigation. No wonder the United Nations hasn't been able to do the job that they were put in existence to do. All security tapes at the escalator should be saved, especially the emergency stop button. The Secret Service is involved. Thank you for attention to this matter. I mean,
world leaders. And this high school BS. Not even this grade school stuff.
It is 100% grade school stuff. I mean, we let it happen. I mean, we shouldn't have to deal with this kind of stuff. We absolutely shouldn't. But, bro, if you've got an organization who you've been kicking around for 2 whole years, 2 years, like Broken Blade, look, I can only imagine the frustration of all of these people that are like, hey, these people over here are committing a thing that starts with a G, and we need to stop it. And then you've got this one guy that's like, well, it doesn't look like it to me. I mean, it wouldn't be a it's them. It's them. It's them. And out of the 193 countries, 185 of them are clearly standing on one side, being like, hey, what are you doing? Like, stop. And then we keep letting the guy from the country not to be named come and say, Hamas, 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 Hamas. And everyone's supposed to be like, oh, my bad. He said Hamas, my bad. And then the American comes up and parrots what that guy said. And everyone's looking around at each other like, we watched you guys level the whole city. Like, we watched you. even though you won't let cameras in there anymore. Like, your own military has been TikToking themselves leveling city blocks. What are we talking about? So it's been like this situation where they're talking out of both sides of their mouths, but when it comes to like the official, what they say out front, it's like they're taking this position that's clearly not right. Like it's dishonest.
It goes to my earlier statement. What are they afraid of losing? How about you have some fucking balls standing in principles?
I mean, I don't. I mean, at this point, Broken Blade, I would imagine that they can't do anything. Like, they literally can't. Like, the UN can't do anything. Like, feckless, toothless, worthless. Like, can't. Because not only is there like facts on the side of the entire world. We've been watching what's been happening, the entire world. There's been court cases that have been filed from South Africa. If anybody knows what apartheid is, they do. If anybody knows what genocide is, they do. So cases have been filed, paperwork has been filed, people have done the studies. All of these countries have come to the same conclusion, but when it comes to actually doing something on the ground, Yemen is the only country that's standing on business. So my question to you is, Broken Blade, is the UN worthless?
It would seem so.
Right. Like, this is another thing to spend money on. Nobody's doing it. I mean, it's like they get together and
it's like the parallels also. How fast did we send money to Ukraine for that business?
Immediately.
But just like reparations for black people over here, people of color going through some bullshit. We need to do studies.
Hey, Broken Blade. You didn't have any slaves, Broken Blade. I didn't have any slaves, Broken Blade. So, like, I mean, what are we talking about? It's like, I don't even understand why that's a thing. I don't even understand why that's a thing.
Yeah, it's not like you unreasonably profiled on the regular, but again, like slavery never went away. Just get that out there. They changed the name.
Change the name. Breaking: Colombia has proposed an armed United Nations force to ensure the delivery of aid to Gaza. Man, you're about 2 years too late, bro. Jackson Hinkle. United States voted 142-10 in support of establishing a Palestinian state. 142-10. That's what I was joking. That's what I was talking about. But see, once again, we're on the other side here. And like, I don't like what, some of these Somalis have done to Michigan or Minnesota, Ilhan Omar and all them. Like, I'm not because I know how them people feel about us, African Americans. Yeah. And as far as I'm concerned, they can go right on back to Somalia or Eritrea or wherever it is that they came from. And I mean that. And I don't want to hear nothing about nobody hanging nowhere else. If they ain't talking about people hanging in this country, then I don't want to. Good luck to you wherever you at, bro. I hate the United Nations. They are unelected psychopaths that want you to unalive you and your loved ones. Future does not belong to globalists. The future belongs to patriots. The future belongs to sovereign and independent nations. President Trump speaking to the criminals of the United Nations 2024. Man, look, it's us though. That's the part that's messed up. It's like, yo, like we're the bad guys. No one's telling them. Let's hear what Trump's got to
they were
say.
involved. Well, it's a fantastic role in peacekeeping. It should be great. I mean, we shouldn't have any wars if the UN's really doing its job. I know they were involved originally with Russia, Ukraine, and that didn't get done because that was the time to stop it. But no, I always say about the UN, fantastic potential, but it's all about the people. You know, you can have a wonderful concept, but if you don't have the people, the UN has never lived up to its potential. But I'm the example of it. We do all these wars, and we weren't helped by the UN. We weren't hurt by them, but we weren't helped. They didn't do anything. And they're supposed to be solving these problems. Well, it's a fantastic role in peacekeeping.
I don't know, man. I mean, aren't we the UN? Isn't it us? Am I tripping? Are we throwing rocks and hiding our hands?
That seems pretty American to me.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know. It's like this exercise. It just seems worthless. It just seems worthless. So his teleprompter went out. I saw him get stuck on the escalator. That was kind of messed up. Yeah. Yeah, we got hosed on this whole here. Let's hear what these ladies got to say.
People in Gaza, the commission concluded that Israel has committed genocide against the Palestinian people in Gaza and that it is continuing with that genocide. It is now almost 2 years since Israel launched its military campaign in the Gaza Strip in October 2023. This has been the most ruthless, prolonged, and widespread attack against the Palestinian people since 1948. Every day that passes, the killings and the starvation of the Palestinians continue.
You know I'm going to say what needs to be said because I could not give a rat's ass about people's feelings. I'm in my feelings now. The United Nations has finally declared that Israel has been and is continuing to commit genocide against Palestinians in Gaza. This is something many of us have been saying for almost 2 years, for which we have...
Broken Blade. Can I get something off my chest, bro?
Oh, yes, sir. Have at it.
Every time I start getting yelled at by a black woman, my brain immediately shuts off and I'm like looking for exits. I got about 5 seconds into this woman talking and I just wanted to hit the X and keep it pushing. Like I wanted to just shut this broad up so bad. And I feel bad because even with the British accent or wherever it is that she's from, she probably doesn't deserve that kind of energy. But all the other black women that have yelled at me, or like I've had to listen to the yelling at me and telling me how bad I am and how not good I am and how busted I am and how dusty I am. Like it's like nails on a fucking chalkboard. I can't help it. I cannot help it.
After years. PTSD, bro. I have the same thing. I've heard stories about dudes in Britain. It's not much different.
It's messed up, bro. It's just like even when they're yelling in the camera.
Yeah.
Like, bitch, why are you? I don't know you. Like, why are you yelling at me, huh?
Patrice O'Neal, he had a good friend from Britain, black dude named Gavin. He was real close with. Said one of the reasons why they got along so well, they were attracted to different types of women. So there was never like any fight, but they were out clubbing there. Patrice loved black women. Gavin couldn't stand them. Both of them black. It's like there's cases like he tried to talk to one, like just talk to her for a bit, but I talk. No, bro, talk to both of them. I'm not doing it.
Damn.
Different stories. The book called Happy Sexy Millionaire. He's half Nigerian, half white, living in Britain. And some of the stuff bro, he didn't go crazy into detail about it, but he said some stuff about like some stuff he put up with his mom. Like it's the same.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
the
because
reputation didn't come from nowhere, sadly.
It didn't come from nowhere. But see, that's the crazy. Like, bro. Look, like I said, shout out to moms.
Yeah.
My moms ain't never yelled at me like that, bro. Like, I ain't never been yelled at like that by a black woman. Yeah, I've been in trouble. I've gotten in trouble, but like, I've never been yelled at. Like, my mom never, she didn't do that shit. She didn't do that. It was not, and I got in trouble and I got whatever, but like, I never got yelled at like that, bro. I will punch a.
Pretty common for me growing up.
I would never. I immediately turn. My brain turns off. My ears turn off, and I look for an exit. Like I immediately. So I don't know, and we'll talk about it. I saw another. Was it like a Medium Man? Dropped a video, and he was talking about how talking about handling them, how they want us to handle them, and all that madness. And goes into that whole thing, and you just you look like you date white girls, or you look like you date Mexican girls, because they're softer, because you can't handle a strong black woman.
But if we're sharing a bed, I'd prefer you be a friend. That would be the initial assumption, that we're on some type of happy terms. Because barring that, there's only one way I'm handling you, and it's like there won't be any middle ground. Like if we turn the corner, we turn the corner.
But see, they don't look at it like that, bro. They don't look at it like that. They don't really look at it like that. So, anyways, wow.
That we accepted on Mount Sinai, that covenant with Hashem is our homeland, our constitution, and our only Jewishness.
I stand before you today to make one truth clear. The state of Israel does not represent the Jewish people. Benjamin Netanyahu may speak at this site, but he does not speak for us. We won't fight in your army, Netanyahu. Your PR people say you need more soldiers. You don't need more soldiers. What you need is less wars.
Broken Blade, question. If half of the people of your religion look like this and are saying something, and then half of your people of your religion look the other way, meaning like just the other way, what side do you think is more serious? It's not a trick question. I mean, go ahead.
Well, at least they had the courage to actually speak on it. Because nowadays, like that seems to be easy way to put yourself in the crosshairs.
Yeah, for sure. If their religion, if they allegedly follow the same God, allegedly, and they allegedly pray to the same God, both these guys and the other guys, members of that same country that we don't talk about, and these guys, whom seem to be the more together and religious and God-following person, says what they say, and these other people say what they say, I'm trying to figure out, like, it's not even about religion anymore, because it's too far separate. Like, you can't be this and that. Like, these people don't even believe that there should be they don't even believe that there is a state of Israel. Like, it's just Palestine and we live here. We're not supposed to have a country. That's what these people believe. He's like, God said that we're cursed. We're not supposed to have until he comes and gives it to us. We're not supposed to have this. We're supposed to just live here. That's what they say. So if what looks like the most religious and the most practiced religious figures in your country say this, then why should I? You know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't give me any. Like it's all based on religion, but your religious people say you shouldn't be doing it. So like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's stand on,
Yeah, it's you're
pure balls. It's not even like the Crusades where like the priests are bullshitting, saying that like God's on your side to go and murder these sand niggers.
Damn, that shit just sounds crazy.
Yeah,
it just sounds.
Bible says not supposed to be used as a blade. Mace, that'll work. Is that the blade?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Semantics.
Yeah. Not even playing the game, but no, this is you fuck it up in the first degree. Period. Point blank.
Yeah. Facts. Semantics must be a word from there. They must have made up that word. Yeah, man. I don't. This is not a good look. We didn't. I mean.
In document S/ will those in favor of the draft resolution contained in document S/2025/583 please raise their hand.
Pro-Hamas One World Government Resolution.
Those against.
This is crazy, bro.
The result of the voting is as follows. 14 votes in favor, 1 vote against. The draft resolution has not been adopted owing to the negative vote of a permanent member of the council.
That's what we've been doing for like 2 years. So if one person can destroy the group like this, it's like, what good is it? I mean, I guess it's good for us, just not for anybody else, which is why I don't think anyone is going to. I think every day that goes by, it becomes, oh, Broken Blade. I didn't bring my story to completion. Because part of the reason why I thought that this was relevant was because of this right here. I know you're gonna like this. I saved the best for last. This is a story. I knew you were going to appreciate this. Let's watch.
Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger say that they're withdrawing from the International Criminal Court. The 3 West African countries accuse the ICC of being a, quote, instrument of neo-colonialist repression, saying that it only targets less privileged countries. They said they will no longer recognize its authority. Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso are all led by military governments, and those 3 governments have said that they will set up what they called indigenous mechanisms in its place. Al Jazeera's Nicholas Hack reports from Dakar in Senegal.
An instrument of neo-colonial repression in the hands of imperialism. Those are the cutting and strong words used in a joint statement from the Sahel countries. They say that the International Criminal Court delivers selective justice, a feeling shared by other countries in Africa where there seems to be a disproportionate amount of Africans being prosecuted at the ICC. There's been former heads of states, politicians that have spent years in detention to be then released without charge. Now, in the statement, they say that the ICC seems incapable of prosecuting obvious crimes against humanity, war crimes, but also crimes of genocide, clearly pointing the finger to Israel without mentioning them by name. And so this statement from these 3 countries to wanting to leave the ICC comes just as weeks ago, a delegation of Republican senators visited Ouagadougou, the capital of Burkina Faso, where there was discussion over the ICC membership. Now, the United States is not a member of the International Criminal Court. And so these 3 countries now, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, say they will create their own tribunal to try their own crimes of human rights violation away from The Hague, but on their own soil. Nicholas Hawke, Al Jazeera, Dakar.
Maxime Rubin is a postdoc.
And that was why I thought that this was so relevant, because obviously Trump did what he did because he's going to do what he does. And we've been doing what we've been doing. But now that these countries have stepped away and they're doing their own thing, they're laying a blueprint for how to take yourself out of colonial control. You know, they've snatched their gold back. They've snatched their uranium back. They've kicked the French and the United States out of their countries. They look like they're actually like finding terrorists. They're growing their own food. They're making deals outside of us. And because we're moving the way that we've been moving in the world, other countries are going to follow suit. And I just hope that we haven't thought that we're untouchable or we can't be gotten when we can in fact be gotten. Let's see what this lady's got to say.
You know how this country is.
Go ahead, say it again.
You know how this country is. You know how them people are. They absolutely think they're untouchable.
But there will be a time when then, like, it's already happening, right? Like there's a time when like we won't have any leverage. We won't have any pull. It's only a matter of time.
And you can see like they're the epitome of main character artists.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Drop ordinance on a black settlement, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Chemicals used in projects.
Mm-hmm.
My last video, I have a news clip about that. All the stuff they done. Slavery, so many years ago. Get over it. 9/11, never forget.
Man. Tucker Carlson, have you been here? He's about to blow this whole 9/11 thing all the way up. I hope people need to start.
Floyd, like you said, George Floyd, Trayvon Martin, people still trouble with that.
Mm-hmm.
And they pissed at us if we're not crying over CK as much as they want us to.
Mm-hmm. Like, why would I do that?
You've studied the ICC's relations with.
Like, why would I? Like,
they absolutely believe they're untouchable.
Yeah.
Various African nations. You're joining us from Hamburg. It's great to have you on the program. What do you make of this claim by Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso that the ICC is?
What do you make of this claim? Interesting.
Quote, an instrument of neo-colonial repression, that it only punishes developing countries.
It's pretty easy to find out, actually. You could just look at who they've punished and who they've come after and who they haven't.
And why.
Hi, Cyril, and thank you so much for having me on your show. I would hesitate to adopt that language that has been put forward by these three countries. It's a popular critique from after al-Bashir's arrest warrant was issued. But in this instance, I'm not sure it really holds water. It seems to be a thin veil for other motivations behind the withdrawal. In fact, Mali self-referred its own case to the ICC for investigation, which suggests that there's something more to the story than what they're presenting.
Okay, what would be the motivation to withdraw from the International Criminal Court, which, just a reminder of viewers, is the global court that examines potentially criminal conduct of individuals, right? So we have one court, the ICJ, which can put states on trial or bring legal action against states, and the other one, ICC, brings legal action against individuals.
Yes, I think that's a very useful clarification. Thank you. So yes, the ICC investigates individuals for these 4 crimes: genocide, crimes against humanity, war crimes, and crimes of aggression. And in my view, the motivation, the most immediate explanation for why these 3 states have quite suddenly withdrawn from the International Criminal Court seems to be that there's other political alliances that are shaping this, most likely Russia. These 3 states all had coups between 2020 and 2023. The new junta governments have clearly positioned themselves as being in alliance with Russia, and the International Criminal Court currently has a warrant of arrest for Putin for war crimes and crimes against humanity in the Ukraine crisis. So I suspect that there would probably be political pressure for them to make a stand against the International Criminal Court.
Okay, so if I...
Hey, Broken Blade, you know who else has a warrant?
Voldemort.
So So it kind of like it's like your argument is bullshit. Right? It's a fact. Shout out to Jacques. What's up, man? I'm in Jacques. I'm in a bind, Nate Carter. Oh my God. Hey, there might be okay, Broken Blade. Is there another line in a movie that says more with less? I'm gonna give you some time. Think about it. Like, because we know how many more like movie lines can you give me? I'm in a bind, Nate. Like
I can think of one. Not
what's that?
Like this is just like one of the ultimate, one of all-time favorites, like you fucked up type moments. This movie, Clockwork Orange.
Okay.
Have you seen it before?
It's been a long time.
Yeah,
but it's the crazy. God, what's the dude's name? He did the one with he does the horror movies, and kind of space movies. He did didn't he do like space?
Yeah, Kubrick.
Kubrick. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Stanley Kubrick. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Go ahead.
Like this juvenile delinquent had his gang members doing all sorts of crazy crap, like great wanton violence. He's like he was like so much of a scumbag. He was kicking the shit out of his own gang members.
I remember there's a couple scenes. Yep.
Yeah, he ends up getting locked up. He goes through this acting hooting. Yes, sir, Malcolm McDowell. Goes through this rehabilitation or whatever. He gets out years later. He's all straight laced, but like the victims of all the crap he's done are still around. They're looking for get back. He gets harassed by like a group of these guys chasing after him. He bumps into this cop. He's asking out for help. Turns out to be one of his former gang members and kick his shit up. Well. What? Oh shit! Oh no!
Well. Yup. You know what time it is. You know you done messed up. Maybe you don't know. Maybe even in that moment you don't know you messed up. But you're like, what did I do? Oh shit! Who is this person? What? I'm screwed. I know that. Anytime they hit you with the well, that's real, man. Shout out to Jacques, man. Yo, who do you have for your for your picture? Wait, who?
Oh yeah, that's him. That's Nate.
What's that? Oh my God.
Charles Robinson.
Yes. Yeah, oh my God. Jock, you're a trip, bro. Shout out to Jock. You're a fool for that, bro. You're a fool for that. I'm in Jock. I'm in a bind, Nate Carter. That's crazy.
Tell me if I'm understanding this right. You're saying that another possible reading of this is that countries that feel they may not want to subject themselves to scrutiny of potential criminal action would be the countries that would either never join the ICC in the first place. The US, China, Russia are examples. Israel is another example. And countries.
Shout out to him for at least saying that. Thank you for at least saying that. That was a very fair thing for him to say.
That may feel that the law could work against them sometime in the future, they would also be incentivized to withdraw from the Rome Statute. Would that be fair?
Exactly, I would agree with that. And I think it's important also to bear in mind why many states joined the court in the first place in the late 1990s and early 2000s. And one of the reasons for that amongst the African group was a belief that the International Criminal Court would be an equalizer, for example, to hold powerful states like Russia and US accountable. And that hasn't transpired because it's not a compulsory court to join, it's voluntary. So there also has been a bit of a disappointment from the initial vision for the court and what it's able to actually deliver.
Maxine Rubin, postdoctoral research fellow at the German Institute of Global and Area Studies. Thank you very much for joining us on the Al Jazeera News Hour.
So shout out to those brothers. I want to see them do well. I mean, I'm American. It is what it is. I'm over here. My stuff's over here. Maybe if there's some opportunity for us to go over there. I think that they were opening up the gates for foundational Black Americans if they wanted to go. I think there's something like that. I don't feel like it's safe just yet. You know what I'm saying? But eventually I think maybe that might be a good idea, but I really want it to work. I know how we are as Americans. Like I think that they've already tried tried to assassinate all these guys a couple of times already.
Oh, Troy, at least 6 times.
At least 6 times. So we already know how we operate, you know. That's with the scalpel. I have a strong suspicion that we'll just go in with the heavy stuff and start leveling things if we feel too threatened. But here's the thing, man. France's economy is crashing right now. 30% of their uranium came from this place. All the money they were stealing, the gold, they were taxing these people 85 cents on the dollar to use their own money.
Yeah.
They were selling all the extra uranium that wasn't being used. They were selling it. Like,
right off of them, like 78 cents a pound.
Yeah. Yeah. So
they claim to be like America, especially, claim to be a God-fearing country and just be so out now Luciferian is wild, man.
Yeah. It's pretty wild. Shout out to Hootsy, bro. What's up? How you doing, sir? My brother from another mother. Shout out to Hootsy. Peace, my man. Anyway, look, I'm not trying to keep y'all. I got a whole bunch of editing and crap to do. I just wanted to just get a show in. You know what? Let me just look at my own Twitter feed real fast because I did have some funny stuff on there. Let's do this. Hold on. Let's go. Let's see. Find this trending. Let me find the banner. Where is my banner? My banner. Bam. All right. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, man, getting yelled at by a black woman I don't want to say I'm like triggered, but you know. Oh yeah, here let's hear what this guy say.
Double homicide. Kentucky State Police say 44-year-old Joshua Cottrell is facing 2 counts of murder and an evidence tampering charge. WKYT's Maggie Rickerby has been on scene throughout the day, and she has the latest tonight on the investigation. Our top story at 11.
When you're at home, you're supposed to feel safe. You're supposed to feel comfortable when you're on home, and to not have that, I couldn't imagine.
It's been a heartbreaking scene here in Rowan County as we've learned more information on a double homicide that claimed the lives of a mother and a daughter. Police say the Rowan County Sheriff's Office was called to a home just after 10 in the morning for a wellness check. That's where they found the victims. 37-year-old Caleb Blake and 13-year-old Kennedy McWhorter are their names. Police say an initial investigation named 44-year-old Joshua Cottrell a suspect in the double homicide. Police found Cottrell at a hospital all the way in Paducah. He was treated at that hospital, released, and arrested. He's now facing 2 charges of murder and 1 charge of tampering with physical evidence. Cottrell is currently being held at the McCracken County Jail. Neighbors say it's a quiet neighborhood here on Spring Street South. Many are shocked and heartbroken for this family.
Really great family. I mean, our interactions, it wasn't much. My daughter played softball with her a couple times. The mother took pictures of her daughter and gave them to us. It was really, really sweet lady.
Suarez says his daughter is struggling with the loss of her classmate.
My daughter goes to school with her, and it kind of hit her really hard.
The investigation remains ongoing. In Rowan County, Maggie Rickerby, WKYT.
I mean, Broken Blade. Yeah, you know what? At first, I had a lot to say about this case. But once again, it's one of those things where, a picture says 1,000 words.
Yeah.
And so maybe I don't have to get down into the weeds. Shout out to Medium Man. Here we go.
Of the deletions.
Here,
they're not telling the truth. Whenever people throw out that tired line, black people are 13% of the population, but commit 50% of the deletions. They're not telling the truth. They're repeating a hashtag they probably heard from some podcast or talking head. But here's the problem. The FBI's 2019 report they love to quote isn't about convictions. It's about arrest. And an arrest does not mean guilt. But in conservative talking points, those arrests are treated as if every single one equals a conviction. That's dishonest. It's also weaponized and is used to smear black men and paint an entire community as dangerous. So let's flip it. Let's use the same 2019 FBI arrest data, but let's apply it to white men. Let's see how the numbers sound when the shoe is on the other foot. In 2019, here's what the FBI's own arrest table showed.
I don't know if you're ready for this, Broken Blade. I don't know if people are ready for this. I don't know, because it hits different. It doesn't feel good when they're talking smack about Mr. Charlie, not Mr. Charlie, like Mr. Charlie that just left us, but the fictitious Mr. Charlie, that our women keep chasing.
69.8% of rape arrests were white.
Uh-oh.
7 out of every 10,
Wait.
69.8% of rape arrests were white.
Oh.
7 out of every 10 people arrested for rape were white. 65.8% of arrests were offenses against family and children were white. That means the majority of arrests in categories that involve harming your own family, neglecting your children, or endangering your household came from white people. 61.8% of aggravated assault arrests were white. The majority of violent attacks that get classified as aggravated assault weren't committed by black people. They were white. 59.1% of all violent crime arrests overall were white. And even prostitution and commercial vice, 50.9% of arrests were white. Now, if I use your same logic, the logic people apply to black men when they say 50% of deletions, I could say, should women and children in America be afraid of white men? Should we warn our daughters that the biggest threat is white men since they dominate arrests in categories like rape, SA, and family offenses? That sounds extreme, doesn't it? It sounds offensive.
Nah, they scare me. I'm scared. Mr. Charlie got me scared. I am scared. Mr. Charlie, leave me. Please. Mr. Charlie, don't shoot up my school or my post office or my speaking event.
It sounds like I'm trying to smear every white man in the country. And that's because I would be. But that's exactly what people do when they take these FBI arrest stats, strip away the context, and weaponize them against black men. Because here's the truth. An arrest is not a conviction. Almost half of all every single year. In those arrests, they don't account for policing bias or where law enforcement chooses to focus resources. And most violence is intra-racial. That means white people overwhelmingly harm white victims. Black people overwhelmingly harm black victims. So when you pretend that arrests are the same thing as guilty verdicts, you're not just twisting the numbers, you're creating stereotypes. And those stereotypes have consequences, especially for black men. Let's flip that perspective to white men. Even if we took those same FBI arrest percentages where white men dominate categories like rape, SA, and family offenses, the share of the white male population arrested is still just a fraction of a fraction, meaning over 99% of white men aged 18 to 34 are not committing those crimes. So let me ask again, should women and children really be afraid of white men? Of course not. That would be ridiculous. But it's the exact same ridiculous logic that people accept when it's used against black men. So here's the bottom line. Arrests are not convictions. Half of deletions go unsolved every year. Most violence is intra-racial. If I wanted to smear white men, I could do it with the FBI arrest percentages. And I could make it sound convincing, but it would be wrong. And if it's wrong to do it to white men, then it's just as wrong to do it to black men. Because the 13% versus 50% claim isn't about truth. It's about fear. It's about control. And it's about weaponizing numbers to smear a community.
Nah, man, I think you should go on ahead and trash them. I think you should trash them, Medium Man. You should trash them. Trash them left and right. They would trash us. Shout out to Solo Dolo. Got to catch the replay. Yeah, we slow rolled it today. Today wasn't crazy exciting. We just covered a few things. But you know what I'm saying? But that's all good. Thank you so much for the $5 holla. Appreciate you, Solo Dolo, the other side of my brain. Salute to you, bro. That's what's up. Shout out to Medium Man. I appreciate him really doing the work and putting it in and putting these nice tight packages together that people can use to deal with from
8 and 10 and 12. 100% have run into my bed, jumped in without my mentioning it, with 300 or 400 boys who had sex with me from 8 and 10 and 12. 100% have run into my bed, jumped in without my mentioning it, and asked for sex. I have never asked for it. I have never once taken a kid to my bed. They have come to my bed, and I am no one to kick them out. If they hug me and I find them playing with my cock, I say, good on you, I play with theirs. And I'll do it now and with great pleasure. With 300 or 400 boys who had sex with me from 8 and 10 and 12. 100% have run into my bed, jumped in without my mentioning it, and asked for sex. I have never asked for it. I have never once taken a kid to my bed. They have come to my bed, and I am no one to kick them out. If they hug me and I find them playing with my cock, I say, good on you, I play with theirs. and I'll do it now and with great pleasure, with 300 or 400 boys who had sex with me from 8 and 10 and 12.
Nobel Prize winner Daniel Gajasek admitted to, he just got 12 months, just 12 months in jail. That's crazy, bro. Bro, I don't get the fascination with children. I don't get it. I mean, I guess I'm not supposed to get it. Like, you got to be a damaged motherfucker to be messing with kids. Like, you really do. And then kids of the same sex, you are a man firing squad, dog. Firing squad. That's all I can say. Oh, I have to admit, this is a lesson that needs to be learned by all.
I'm not gonna do shit. What the fuck? I'm not gonna. I'll drop you on your head, bro. What did you just call me?
I called you a nigga, bro.
Hey, this white man just called me a nigga in Augusta, Georgia at the Waffle House.
Yeah.
Why are you calling me that?
What are you talking about? You're a nigga, bro.
That's crazy.
My mommy and daddy are
Hey,
black,
it's a black man working here. You gonna serve this man?
My mommy and daddy are black, so
I don't give a fuck who the fuck. I don't care who you're raised by. Why are you calling me that? I don't even know you. You a bum. If I put my hands on you, I'm gonna go to jail, though, right? I'm not gonna do shit. 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 I'm not gonna. I'll drop you on your head, bro. What did you just call me?
I called you a nigga, bro.
Hey, this white man just called me a nigga in Augusta, Georgia at the Waffle House. Why are you calling me that?
What are you talking about? You're a nigga, bro.
That's crazy.
My mommy and daddy are
Hey,
black, bro.
it's a black man working here. You gonna serve this man?
Say what?
Packed up with one hand, by the way.
Never dropped his phone.
I don't give a fuck who the fuck. I don't care who you're raised by. Why are you calling me that? I don't even know you. You a bum. If I put my hands on you, I'm gonna go to jail, though, right? I'm not gonna do shit. 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 I'm not gonna. I'll drop you on your head, bro. What did you just call me?
I called you a nigga.
Okay, last post. Laura Loomer, she says on scene, well, let's go Jasmine Crockett first. She says, "It hurts my heart that only 2 Caucasians voted against honoring Charlie Kirk." All right, now, someone posted that that's what she said. The End Wokeness page. And then Laura Loomer responds to that and says, "It hurts my heart that we have ghetto black bitches who hate America serving in Congress." My question is, did she ask for it? Like, is Laura Loomer okay to say what she said because Jasmine Crockett said what she said? Now, Caucasians isn't derogatory. It's not like black bitches, obviously. Yeah. But I mean, it's like once you start getting into the mud, it's like, how can you dictate how deep the mud gets? You know what I'm saying? Like, is Laura Loomer right? Should she get in trouble for saying what she said? These people make policy that have that change our lives, and you've got people talking about ghetto black bitches, but then you also, in the same token, you've got people that are like, calling out the mayonnaise.
Yeah, this is staying out of pocket.
Black bitches seems a bit harsh, no?
Yeah.
Like, and it's definitely on some like, who gonna check me boo type you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Like somebody needs to. And Solodolo, I'm glad you said that, bro. Like I said, I don't know if you've been paying attention, but they've been trying to put a little sauce on their podcast, and they've been cussing a lot lately, and all these ladies with wine have been like, it's been kind of
facts both sides. Jazz been
all of them have been like, ratchet is the way to go, and it's like white woman ratchet, right? So it's like, just because you got your box wine and you're sitting in your immaculate little living room and your white picket fence and all that, doesn't mean that you can say the types of things that you're saying. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, just because you don't sound like, like it's the same but different but the same. That's kind of exactly what's Jasmine gonna do about it. That's what I'm saying. They're stupid. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about it. Now, let's look at Brad.
Get him off of her now! Chris, stop.
Chris.
You want to get back up there? What are you doing? Don't touch her! Chris! Get him off of her now! Chris!
We don't condone this type of activity on this channel. This is just an educational moment. This is a teaching moment. This is a teaching channel. And we are just trying to show examples of the violence that sometimes happens with this group of people here. These types. I think these were the Caucasians that what's her face was speaking up right here.
Stop. Get off! I have this on video! We're gonna bring this to the cops. We are. We are.
He said, call it in. He said, Uncle Tom. Let's not use that word in that name. Uncle John. Uncle John's not gonna do shit.
That you want to get.
Yeah, we're not gonna show that again. A little more violent. I don't want to see that. Oh, okay. Broken blade. Hey, we're gonna play a game. Now, right now, this dude is handcuffed behind his back.
Right.
He has broken away from the police and he is running. Okay. We are going to try to guess. I'm going to try to forward this through. We're going to try to guess which officer gets to him first. Okay. Oh. Let me see if I can get this framed up. Ooh. Okay. Oh, okay. Dang it. All right. Because there's a cop coming from this side too.
Yeah.
That you can't see. All right. Which cop gets to him first? You think the first one or the second one? I think it's kind of easy at this point because you didn't realize that there was another one coming from this side. Actually,
the taser didn't come out to stop him.
You know what? He probably would have rathered the taser after this. This actually doesn't quite. Yo, Solo Dolo, shout out to you, bro. Pursuit Angles is right. This guy clearly was a strong safety in high school. Because he took a pretty solid line. Everybody hold on to your britches for this one. Let's watch it from the beginning.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50. Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4. Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save...
Yikes.
No, we got the wind knocked out of him.
Oh, dude, he hit that wall so hard. Look. Bah! Arms behind his back directly into a brick wall. Ooh, his shoulders might be broke. Oh, man. Yeah. That was a
hit him with the Bobby Boucher.
Oh, we sure did. Oh my God. Yikes. Anyway, man. Yeesh. Too bad. Oh yeah. Here we go.
Josie, what did you?
What we are looking at, in my opinion, what we are looking at is we are looking at child abuse right now. Like little girl, if you're in danger, I need you to blink twice. Little girl, if you're in danger, blink twice. Like if you need us to save you, blink twice. Young lady, if you need help.
You tell your friends before I went on that field trip with you this weekend?
That you're white.
Yeah. Why did you tell them that?
Because I don't want them to be surprised.
You don't want them to be surprised because our skin doesn't match? Yeah, that's really smart of you because our skin doesn't have to match for us to be family, huh? That's really smart of you. And then when I went on the field trip with her, she was playing in this corn pit and her skin got really dusty. And so I had a baby wipe. I was wiping off her face and her arms. And another little girl that's in her class walked by and she goes, "Is that your daughter?" And so I put my face right up next to Josie's and I said, "Yep, doesn't she look like my daughter?" And she goes, "Yeah," and then walks off. So it was a good lesson for lots of people that day that we don't have to have the same skin color to be family, huh? Yep. Smart one, Joe.
The dude was trying to protect herself from a real naked choke.
Did you tell?
Like, does that look like a child that feels safe? Yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah. Anyways, guys, that's all I got for this evening. I'm trying not to get kicked off of YouTube, trying to build up a little bit of momentum. Broken Blade, anything that you want to leave with the brothers before we get up out of here?
Let me bring it. I gotta call this out, man. Ballistic gel said to block. Policy violation. We got to this stream and you lit with black titties. Make it make sense.
Yeah.
On to the closing, though.
Damn.
The reason why I voted for Trump this past election, mostly because he was outside the system. Like we knew what the Republicans were on for years. We know how they felt about us. We always had an inkling to some extent that the left weren't in our corner quite that much. But during Biden's administration, it became apparently clear, not just him, but like the whole history of the left has been some bullshit. And add to this, how the immigrants have been playing in our faces. All these, basically every group in this country basically been playing in our faces. Just a lot of issues that didn't go unchecked, that went on unchecked. It basically, America had this long festering wound that everyone seemed comfortable slapping the Band-Aid on. His first term, it was clear as day. Like both sides seemed to have issues with Trump. Like, okay, so he's outside the system, including RK Jr. and Tulsi Gabbard. Like what they went through, they're kind of on the outs too. Like, okay, they might be able to move in a way that will either actually start to heal this wound or accelerate the infection so badly that we have to address it. And it seems like the latter has happened. the UN claimed to be an organization for peace and security for the world. 65,283 people lost due to the actions of Voldemort.
At least.
What's the security? They're standing around having speeches while people are fucking dying. Good Lord forbid that World War III actually comes to pass. Because the way this is looking right now, the Axis powers in this question might be the U.S. and Voldemort.
Mm.
And if it does come to pass, I hope all within the sound of my voice have the means to get out of here. Because I, for one, refuse to support either a bed out and out evil. Come hell or high water, I'll land my plane there.
I feel that, bro. Broken Blade, what if I told you that I found absolute proof that the fix was in?
Curious. I believe it. Oh.
I believe that I'm about to show you proof, undeniable proof, that the fix was in. Now, whose fix? I don't know. But I can guarantee you that the fix was in. I'm going to show you proof that the fix was in. We're going to play this. Pay attention to that guy. So what's his face just got hammered, okay? Yeah. Just down.
He tucked something in his
back boy. Oh. He jumps over. Grabs something. Put it in his pocket. And then those two guys, he gave them something. Who knows what it was? And then he takes off running. Now watch that guy. So the guy that jumped over the table is this guy. But watch this guy. So
that does not sound like the 30-06, first of all.
It sure does not. So this guy immediately turns his head like, huh, that's weird. He jumped on the floor, picked something up, and took off running, bro. And the other guy ran right behind him. He jumps down on the floor. Maybe, I don't know if he picked something up or put something down. And took off running, dog. Now, I don't know if it's a detonator. Who knows what it is, but yo.
That's your 2 points, Solo Dolo. Have you seen the movie The Bodyguard?
I haven't seen it in a long time.
At the end, the hitman attempts to off Whitney Houston with a pew hidden in the camera. He's acting like a cameraman at the award show. He's hidden in the camera.
Yeah. You know, that's something that could absolutely happen. That could be something that could happen. That wouldn't be beyond the pale. Wouldn't be beyond the pale. Yeah. Why are there people running away, like touching the body and running away from stuff directly at and after the thing happened? I mean, they look like agents, bro. Like they look like agents.
Yeah.
Look. Like, if you were to be like, hey, who are the guys that are going to assassinate you? And then it would be like
central casting. Some mercenaries. That's the guys you hire.
Yes, you look exactly like I expect you to look. Absolutely. Yes. This is exactly what I expect someone that's going to murk me for money is going to look like. That's what I expect. I present to you proof that everything is not on the up and up. I can't prove what it is, but I can prove to you everything is not on the up and up. Guy gets thumped and you go sliding butt first over a table just to touch the body, grab something, and then wheel around and get the hell out of there? Really? Maybe one of them was the driver, right? And he's like, hey, I got to go warm up the engine so we can, Like that guy didn't even flinch, bro. Like that dude didn't even flinch.
Yeah.
And I think and I think that the reason why this guy might have flinched is because I think that shot came from that side. That's why I think he flinched. That dude looked around like, what?
Yeah. That's peculiar.
Right? Now, there's another guy right here. This guy looks like a security guy too. But look what he does. Look what this guy does. He turns and he immediately goes eyes up, trying to figure out where the shot came from. This guy immediately goes. It looks like did he pull something out of his back pocket? Handed it off. And then that guy messed around on the ground just underneath them, grabbed something, and then took off running. Anyway, I don't know. Inquiring minds like to know. I think it's an interesting tidbit of information that needs to be explained. It is all. Like, I'm not a MAGA person, but if I were a MAGA person or if I were a Charlie Kirk person, I would want to know what's up with these guys. I would want to know. I would want to know. I would want to know if my FBI was lying to me. I would be wanting to know. And none of those people look like they came from an HBCU or they're from Brooklyn or from Baltimore, or from Chicago or Oakland or any of those other places where people say where they mean black people. Atlanta, whatever. Doesn't look like any of these people came from there. So leave black people out of it. And white folks, you guys, the call's coming from inside the house. So y'all got to figure out who did your friend in. Because it wasn't us.
It was not us.
It wasn't us. So stop trying to put that on us, on black folks, foundational black Americans. We do not have a dog in the fight. You can't, you can't be honest and say that Charlie Kirk had a high opinion of black folks. He put us all in the same bucket. He never said anything nice about black people for real. If it did, it was like a backhanded compliment. You know what I mean? He probably was like, Candace, you're not like those other blacks, like that kind of shit. So, in my honest opinion, my condolences to your family. And even that, I don't know if you heard the controversy of his wife yet. We're going to talk about it tomorrow.
Don't tell me they found him with a Tyrone, bro.
No. She was in one of Trump's beauty pageants when she was in high school. And she got a whole bunch of like donor money and like started a company when she was like a teenager and like went to Romania and like was part of some NGO that was trafficking youngsters. So much so that she got kicked out of Romania. Yeah.
This shit is diabolical, bro.
Yeah. Bro, his people took him out. His own people took him out. In my opinion. If I had to guess.
What a nasty fucking rabbit hole.
In plain sight, bro. You said it right, Solo Dolo. In plain sight. While everybody's looking at it. It's like, look over here.
Like that too. But just what you just told me about his wife, like, it really sounded like he was a patsy for some shit that he had no idea.
He had no idea, bro. He had no idea. That it might have been the plan for him to get his popped off for a long time ago. Once he started kind of bucking
back to our earlier theory, like she might have been in on that from jump.
From the jump. Who owns everything now? She's got the company. She got the kids. If she even had those, I don't even know if they're theirs. Like, she ain't tripping. She's super duper rich now. So, anyways, salute to everybody that came through. Thank you guys so much. Really, truly appreciate you. Yeah, I thought I would throw that one on you real quick too. Yeah, I saw that today. I was like, yo. And then I'm gonna show another video tomorrow, but like the crime scene was like completely untouched for the whole afternoon. Like it happened, everybody ran off, and then it was just like wide open. No cops, no nothing. It just was like sitting there. Bro, did you see her I saw a clip at the when she was hugging Trump at the memorial, because I didn't watch the memorial, but I did see some clips. Bro, she did a freaking devil's horn when she was waving to the crowd. She pulled one of these numbers. Yeah, they're playing in our face, Broken Blade. Anyways, I'll salute to everybody came through. Solo Dolo, Braxton. Who else came through? Hootsy, thank you so much, for real. Skrilla, for real, what's up? Jacques, once again, thank you so much, brother. Banzerlight came through. Salute to you, bro. Appreciate you. And yeah, man, we're gonna catch you guys on the next one. Hopefully try not to get booted off of YouTube. We out. Peace.